Peace and black power. Peace and black power. Peace and black power, family. It's the Prince. It is the Prince of revolutionary Pan-African nationalism, intercontinental Ifa Tunde, notorious RBG, most requested black scholar on the planet Earth. The only one of my generation who's currently institution building without any financial assistance from outside of our community. Brothers and sisters, tomorrow at the FDMG Academy, we will be having a peaceful gathering of supporters, donors, investors. Last week, we received intelligence that the enemies of black boys are planning a protest December 2nd and December 4th. So in typical Garveyite fashion, we intend to meet them at the school tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. If anybody would like to meet Dr. Umar, if anybody would like to talk to Dr. Umar, if anybody would like to address Dr. Umar, you'll be able to come to FDMG tomorrow and we can have a conversation. No enemies or detractors will be allowed on our campus. Remember, this is private property. Private property owned by the African race in trust to the Prince of Pan-Africanism. They have warned, given notice that they will protest. They will march on FDMG. So me and the loyal faithful, not faithful to me, but faithful to the mission, will be there tomorrow to stand guard and protect your investment, my investment. The supporters will be there tomorrow to stand guard to protect your school and my school. Me and the loyal supporters will be there tomorrow to make sure nothing happens to the most sacred campus. That nothing happens to the Nat Turner Gymnasium. Nothing happens to the Frederick Douglass High School. Nothing happens to the Marcus Garvey High School. Nothing happens to the 4th building, which I'm still deciding what I want to use that for because it can be used for so many things. So if you live in the area, or if you don't live in the area, whether you come by car, bus, train, flight, join us in Wilmington, Delaware, on the steps of FDMG for a day of camaraderie, a day of support, a day of fellowship, a day of unity. Bring your red, black, and green flags. Bring your African drums. Bring your sage and your incense. We want to baptize the FDMG Academy into divine blackness. I said we want to baptize the FDMG Academy into divine blackness. That's what we want to do tomorrow. For those of you who wanted to come and won't be able to make it tomorrow, don't worry. We know you're with us in spirit. We know you're with us in spirit. We know that you are with us in spirit. Let me say this, brothers and sisters, as I greet you all. And I had a phenomenal meditation. What was that, yesterday morning? Last night, the eclipse of the 30th? That would have been yesterday morning. I had a phenomenal meditation. Oh my goodness. I went deeper than I normally go in my meditative state. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I don't know if y'all received word, but there is something flying around the Earth's atmosphere. And the scientists don't know what it is. They thought it was an asteroid, but they found out it wasn't an asteroid. And now they're thinking that it was something that was actually sent into the universe from the planet Earth itself. I don't think you heard me. I don't think you heard me. I don't think you heard me. They think that it may have actually been a piece of the Earth, okay, shot into the universe from the planet Earth itself. See, in African culture, the earth is a deity. In African culture, the earth is a divine entity. It lives, it breathes, it has consciousness, it thinks, it has a destiny like the rest of us, brothers and sisters. But I don't want to get too deep into that because I'm saving that for the boys of the FDMG Academy. I'm saving that for the girls of the ADAG Academy. I'm saving that for the boys of the FDMG Academy. I'm saving that for the girls of the ADAG Academy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. For my parents, a lot of your children are on online schooling. A lot of your children are on online schooling. And what I want to say to all my parents who have children on online schooling, please don't let them get evaluated for special education. I was on the phone conducting a psychoeducational consultation with a parent today. They want them to give consent for their child to be evaluated for special education. Under no circumstances should you consent to a special ed eval for a child who's being taught on a computer. Why does Dr. Umar disagree with having children evaluated for special education who are receiving remote instruction? The reason I disagree with children being evaluated who are at home receiving remote instruction through Zoom or Google Classroom is because it's hard enough for a lot of our unmotivated children to pay attention in the regular classroom. It's hard enough for a lot of our unmotivated children to pay attention in the regular classroom. And so now you take them out the classroom. Now they're home on a laptop. If the child could barely pay attention in the class, you can best believe that their attention span is going to suffer even more at home with all those distractions. People walking around, cell phones, noise, refrigerators opening and closing, people eating, multiple conversations. If the child couldn't pay attention in the classroom, what makes you think it's going to get better at home? It's only going to get worse at home. And now America's public and charter schools are trying to exploit your ignorance. This is why you need to read Black Parent Advocate. This is why you need to be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida next Thursday, December 10th, to get you a copy of Black Parent Advocate. This is why you need to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Thursday after that, Thursday, December the 17th, okay, at Chef Cuzzo's Cuisine in Charlotte, North Carolina. We will have our book release at Cuzzo's Cuisine in Charlotte, North Carolina, Thursday, December the 17th, 2 to 8. And we will be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in Lauderhill at the Studio 510, Thursday, December 10th, from 2 to 8 p.m. Both days. Come through. No tickets are necessary. You buy your book if you want to buy a book when you get there on site. You buy a book if you want to buy a book when you get there on site. But this is why every Black parent needs to read Black Parent Advocate, The Art of War for Dealing with America's Public and Charter Schools. What the schools are doing right now, they're about to get millions of dollars in free money from Black parents who don't know the law, the process, the procedure, the protocol, or the culture. They're about to hustle y'all. Black parents, you are about to get hustled. If you get something in the mail saying we want to evaluate your son or daughter because they're underachieving, if you get a letter in the mail saying we want to evaluate your son or daughter because they're underachieving, I want you to respond to that letter and say, yes, they're underachieving because it is very difficult for a child to pay attention to a boring teacher from a computer screen. It is very difficult for a child to pay attention to a boring teacher from a computer screen. It is very difficult for a child to pay attention to a boring teacher by way of a computer screen. They're going to use your child's inability to pay attention to a boring teacher by way of a computer screen. They're going to use that as an excuse to special educate them. And some of you Black parents are silly enough. Some of you Black parents are uninformed enough. Some of you Black parents don't listen to the videos of Dr. Umar y'all should be listening to. See, I have more videos on YouTube than any living scholar. I'm not talking about the hate videos. I'm talking about the informational videos. I have more videos on YouTube than any living scholar, but most of you don't watch the informational videos. Y'all don't watch the videos on ADHD. Y'all don't watch the videos on a psychological evaluation. Y'all don't watch the videos on Ain't No Daddy at Home disorder, ADHD. Y'all don't watch the videos on emotional disturbance. Y'all don't watch the videos on the IEP. Y'all don't watch the videos on the independent educational program. Y'all don't watch the videos on the stuff you should be watching. Y'all want to pay attention to the gossip. Y'all want to listen to people who don't know me spend hours talking about me. Y'all want to listen to people who don't know me spend hours talking about me. Y'all want to listen to people who don't know me spend hours talking about me. Ignore those videos and get to the information. Ignore those videos and get to the information. You cannot evaluate and classify a child with a learning disability in the United States of America if you know that the primary reason for that academic challenge is due to something other than learning. It cannot be primarily the result of family problems. It cannot primarily be the result of poor previous academic experience. It cannot be primarily the result of boredom, lack of motivation, a boring teacher, or being forced to sit at home and learn through a computer screen on a Zoom program. Do you know how boring it must be for a third, fourth, or fifth grader to have to get an education through a computer? And because your child isn't motivating, now the teachers want you to test them for special ed? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock tomorrow, supporters only. No haters will be allowed. Ski Mask Club in full effect. Garvey Gun Club in full effect. Everybody coming out, full effect. Don't play with us tomorrow. Don't play with us tomorrow. Tomorrow and Friday, it might rain Friday, so Friday we may have to cancel it. It's supposed to get 50% chance of rain on Friday. 50% chance of rain on Friday, so tomorrow might be the only day, brothers and sisters. But let me get back. If you need to text me, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. Ladies, it ain't that type of party. Most of y'all don't do work, so I'm not interested. Beautiful black sisters, I love y'all. I love black women, but y'all don't do no work. Stop asking me why I'm not married. I'm not married because y'all don't do work. Okay? Y'all don't do work. Okay? So when I run into a Winnie Mandela, I'll be wifed up the same day. As soon as I run into a Winnie Mandela, I'll be wifed up the same day. As soon as I run into a Winnie Mandela, I will be wifed up the same day. But let me get back to the facts here. So they want you to get evaluated, put your child in special education. And then once you put your child in special education, they can't go to the school because they're on homebound instruction, remote learning. Special ed is one-on-one support. So if special ed is one-on-one support, how is your child going to get their one-on-one support if they got to get it at home? How is special ed going to benefit your child if they cannot meet with the teacher face-to-face? Let me ask you again. How is special education going to benefit your child if they can't meet with the teacher face-to-face? Let me ask you one more time. They want you to get your child evaluated for special ed, and then once they get evaluated and classified with a learning disability, there's nothing funny about this. If it's funny to you, you're a coon. You are a coon. Coon is an acronym. Coon is an acronym. Caucasian, the consciousness of your Caucasian oppressor operating within the Negro. The consciousness of the oppressor operating within the Negro. That is what a coon is. C-O-O-N. The consciousness of your Caucasian oppressor operating within the Negro. Nothing's funny about this. We talking about saving children. That's what's wrong with y'all. Everything's funny to a coon. A coon don't know when to be serious. Everything funny to a coon. All the coon does is laugh and joke. The coon is never serious. Brothers, don't marry you a coon sister. Do me a favor, brothers. Don't marry you a coon sister. I don't care how good she look. If she a coon, please don't wife her. Black women, please don't marry you a coon brother. Black women, please don't marry you a coon brother. I don't care how fine the brother is, sister. If he a coon, if he don't know when to be serious and when to have fun, he's a coon. Stay away from him. Brother, if that sister don't know when to be serious and when to be a coon, when to have fun, don't marry that sister. It's okay to have fun. I love the joke. I love to laugh. But we talking about saving black children. Nothing funny about that. Nothing's funny about that. The reason we have to be at the school tomorrow is because a legion of coons wants to destroy me because they can't be me. I got a legion of coons who want to destroy me because they can't be me. I have a legion of coons who want to destroy me because they can't be me. And for some reason, brothers and sisters, I got a growing cadre of coons. There's a special coon committee for married with children. There's a special coon committee for married with children. In other words, Dr. Umar has a committee of coons who are married. Husband and wife, or some of them, they're husband and wife. Some of them is husband and wife hating, and others is just the husband hating or just the wife hating. I'm trying to understand, if you married with children, why are you worrying about Dr. Umar Johnson? If you happily married to your wife, why am I the number one trending topic in your life. Dr. Umar should not be the number one trending topic in a married man's life. Dr. Umar should not be the number one trending topic in a married man's life. Dr. Umar should not be the trending topic in a married woman's life. If you are married, my brother, if you are happily married, my brother, I should not be the most important thing in your life. You should not be waking up waiting to make a Dr. Umar video. You should not be waking up waiting to make a Dr. Umar video if you are a married man or a married woman. You should not be doing that. Something's seriously wrong if Dr. Umar is the most important thing in your house. You got children, you got a wife. You got a husband, you got children. Dr. Umar, I know I'm sexy. I know I'm fine. I know I'm brilliant. I know I'm intelligent. I know that I'm probably the most articulate and unapologetic scholar you've met since Garvey and Malcolm. I understand that. But as fine as I am, as intelligent as I am, as credentialed as I am, as unapologetic as I am, I should still not be the most important thing in your life. Okay? If I'm the most important thing in your family, your whole family revolves around making videos about me. Husband and wife, the whole family is about Dr. Umar. That probably means the sister is feeling a little thirsty for Papa, and that's all right. That means the wife is probably a little thirsty for Papa. That's all right. I understand. Sometimes if the queen can't get your attention, she can't have you, she want to hate on you. I understand. There's a thin line between love and hate. There's a thin line between love and hate. I understand, sister. You stuck with him. You stuck with him. When you look at him, you wish it was 6'3", 260 North Philly with the beard. I understand. I understand, sister. And brother, you must got some serious issues in your life because you shouldn't be worrying about another man like that. If I'm married with children, I'm not thinking about another man like that. I'm not making videos about another man. I should be with my children, spending time with my sons, spending time with my daughters, making love to my wife, having family time. Ifatunde Oguntade should not be the most important conversation in my house. So let's get back to this special ed one time. Let's get back to the special ed one time. And by the way, for those of you with radio interviews, I'm taking radio interviews if you want to do some radio interviews, but you must make a donation. All radio interviews are $100 donation to FDMG. The money doesn't go to me, it goes to the school. $ FDMG school. $FD. All radio interviews are $100 donation fee to the school. Not to me, to the mission. Not to me, to the mission. Not me to the mission. 260 North Philly, Bear 63. Listen. 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 If the child is having trouble learning because they have to learn through a computer, what good is special ed going to be if it's also delivered through a computer? This is the question I want you to ask the special ed coordinator. This is the question I want you to ask the school principal. This is the question I want you to ask the special ed teacher. This is the question I want you to ask the school psychologist. If my child is having trouble learning through a computer screen, what good will special ed be if that will also be administered through a computer screen? That is the question you need to ask. That is the question you need to ask. That is the question you need to ask. If my child is having trouble learning because they're forced to learn through a computer screen, what good is special ed going to be to my child if they also have to learn through a computer screen? That is the question that you need to ask. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Cash.me/$FDMG School. Cash.me/$FDMG School. If you need consultation for your child, I charge $75 an hour. If you need me to go over their paperwork, if you need me to review the psychological evaluation, if you need me to look at the IEP, if you need to come up with a strategy, a game plan, if you're having a problem with the child, and you need to talk to me, you know the number, 215-989-9858. I just wanted to let y'all know tomorrow that we're going to protest the protesters. FDMG 10 to 5. Come through, take a picture, come through, make a donation, come through, give me a hug, come through, let's build, let's talk, let's strategize. Still looking for somebody to finish the paint job, still need an HVAC technician, still looking for the carpenter. We working though, we working. 215-989-9858. Yes, I help non-African children, I do it all the time. Yes, I help non-African parents. I do it all the time. But African people and African children are the priority. African people and African children are the priority. African people and African children are the priority. Yes, I help the white mothers of black children. She got a black child. She needs my help. I'm going to help her. I'm not going to get into the... Brothers and sisters, do not let them put your child in special education while they are on remote instruction. Brothers and sisters, do not let them put your child on special education while they're in remote instruction. Brothers and sisters, shout out to Nigeria. I will see you in March. Shout out to Amsterdam. We working on that. Shout out to Australia. I'm going to see you April, May. Intercontinental Ifa Tunde. More frequent flyer miles than the president. More frequent flyer miles than the president. More frequent flyer miles than the president. I'm working on the Black History Tour. Black History Month book signing. Black History Month, February. We're going to do it nice. February. I think Kwanzaa, I'm going to do Instagram Live, Facebook Live lectures, all 7 nights of Kwanzaa for the first time ever. Dr. Umar is considering doing 7 nights of Kwanzaa, Facebook, Instagram Live lecture for the whole world to see. What do y'all think about that? Should Dr. Umar do his whole Kwanzaa on social network, the lectures? Every night, all 7 principles, a different lecture, each of the 7 nights of Kwanzaa. Do y'all want that? Or do y'all want Big Papa live and in person? I think I'm going to do 7 nights of Kwanzaa because I never did it before. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram Live. 7 nights of Kwanzaa, a different lecture every night. Let me know what y'all think about that. Charlotte is December the 17th, Cuzzo's Cuisine. Fort Lauderdale is at the Studio 510 in Lauderhill. Both Thursdays, back-to-back Thursdays. Lauderhill, Florida. Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the 10-year anniversary for Lauderhill. If you need the flyer, text Dr. Umar. You don't have to register online. When you go to tickets at drumarjohnson.com, you're buying the book. You're not buying a ticket to get in. It's a meet and greet. It's free. The book signing is a meet and greet. It's free. The book signing is a meet and greet. It's free. The book signing is a meet and greet. It is free. If you click on the website and click on ticket, $50, you're buying the book. You're just making sure you have a book when you get there. You're just making sure you have a book. I'm going to have 200 copies in Charlotte, 200 copies in Florida, 200 copies in North Carolina, 200 copies in South Florida. Y'all got me? Do not put your child in special ed. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism signing out. King Kong Consciousness.